Good? Okay, first, has anyone not taken a yoga class before? This is the class for you then. It is. I give a ton of instruction. Nobody's going to look at you. Everybody's worried about what they're doing, so no one's going to pay any attention to you, so there's nothing to worry about. For the people who are usually here on Mondays, I'm so sad that you're not here. I miss you all. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to be completely transparent. I'm a little freaked out about the camera, but the staff here has been so kind to show up today so that I don't completely come off the rails. So bear with me. I'm sending love and light to you all, and I hope to see you all soon. That being said, we normally start this class with a pranayama practice, which is a breath practice. But under the circumstances, I thought we'd do something a little different today. So we're going to do something called the 5-4-3-2-1. And it's a grounding practice. So the first, we'll start with 5. So I want you and the people that are at home to look around and take in 5 things you can see. It can be the floor, it can be the blinds, it can be the walls, it can be photos. Just take in 5 things. Now, 4 things you can hear. So close your eyes, because sometimes if we remove the sense of sight, it heightens our hearing. So listen for 4 distinctive things. The traffic, the fireplace, sound of your breath. Now, 3 things you can feel. In your connection to the floor, fabric of your clothing and your skin. Two things you can smell. Could be the Palo Santo in this room. And the last one's a little more difficult, something you can taste. A cup of coffee that you had, or a cup of tea, mint, toothpaste. Nice. You can open your eyes. So this grounding practice kind of brings us into the present moment, right? So we're focusing on what we can see and what we can hear and what we can touch and feel. It brings us right into the present, right where we need to be. So, good job. Close the eyes. We're going to take a few minutes in meditation. Now, if it's difficult for you to sit on the floor, go ahead and sit on a blanket. Sometimes having the hips elevated over the knees makes it a little more easier, more comfortable. And to start, we're going to take a nice, deep, full inhale. Hold at the top for a moment, and then really slowly, we're going to exhale. One more time. Nice, deep, full inhale. Hold. Nice and easy out the nose. Close the eyes. We're going to allow the breath to find its natural rhythm. That involuntary movement, the involuntary breath, one of the few things that takes over that we don't have to control. Now, as you're focusing on your breath and you're in a little bit of stillness, the parade of your mind is going to start kicking up its heels. Things that you need to do, things that have lists, grocery stores, calls, emails. We take in 50 to 70,000 thoughts a day. A lot of them are repetitious. So it's virtually impossible to put a complete stop to that. So be the observer of that. As thoughts start to parade through, kind of take notice of them, and then redirect back to your breath. Back to the way that it moves through your body. Take a few more moments, continuing to focus on the breath. I'd like you to start to find your way to lying down on your back, all the way down. You're coming down onto the forearms and just slowly working all the way down, flat. Placing one hand, the left hand on over your heart, the right hand over your belly. Maybe bringing the soles of the feet together. You don't have to bring them up high, just bring the soles of the feet together. And now we're going to begin to deepen the breath. The exhales are going to become longer. The inhales are going to become longer, and the exhales are going to mirror that and follow that and become deeper. Now we take control of the breath. And we find a rhythm in the control of this breath. And still during this practice and through this practice, be focused. And as your mind starts to drift off, as thoughts start to come in, again, always coming back to the breath. Bring your knees into your chest. So we're going to draw the knees up into the chest. Hands on top of the knees, and we're just going to do some nice, easy circles here. Clockwise. And then maybe start to make those circles a little bigger, a little wider. Come back to center, and we'll go in the opposite direction. So the circles are small, going counterclockwise. Kind of massaging the sacrum here. And then we'll make the circles larger. Opening the knees up a little bit more. Give some space. Come back to center. We're going to hug the knees in, and what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to hang on to that right knee. We're going to extend the left leg out long, flexing the left foot, and we're going to set that left leg down onto the floor. Now let's point and flex the right foot. A little bit of movement here. And then we're going to send that right foot straight up into the air, and we're going to grab behind it, maybe clasp the hands behind your thigh, kind of supporting that right leg. Just really easy. We're going to start to let the right leg just slightly drop over to the right side. Not too far. So you start to feel it in your inner thigh. There's your spot. Hold right there. Breath or two here. And then let's come back to center. And then let's take that right leg just ever so slightly over to the left. So you start to feel that pull through the back of the thigh, and then we're going to hold right there. Beautiful. Come back to center. Draw that left knee into your chest. We're going to pull the right knee into your chest. We're going to pull the left knee up. Hanging onto that left knee, we're going to send the right leg out long. Set that down onto the floor. And again, we're going to start messing around with that foot. Pointing and flexing that left foot. Get a little bit of movement in the ankle. Beautiful. Back to center. And let's float the left leg out. Clasping the hands behind the thigh, flexing that left foot. And we're just going to ever so slightly take it over to the left, just till you start to feel it in that inner thigh, and then hold there. Keeping the breath nice and strong. Let's come back to center. Then let's let it start to sway over to the right. back to center. Let's draw that right knee back into the chest, and then we're going to float the right leg up to meet the left. Bring the hands behind both thighs. So this is candlesticks. We have both feet up. We're supporting our feet, legs with the back of the thighs with the hands. It's an inversion, so kind of reversing the blood flow here. And it gives the heart a break. Close the eyes and just really breathe deep into this. Yes. Start to bend into the knees. We're going to set the feet down on the mat. So we're bent knees, feet are down on the mat. And just an easy side to side, coming over, dropping the knees over to the left. Bring it back to center on an inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to drop the knees over to the right. Still staring up at the ceiling. Inhale, knees come up to center. Exhale, they drop over to the left. Inhale, we come back to center. Exhale, over to the right. Inhale to center. Now this time we're going to open the arms up to a T. So open your arms up to a T. Really feel the shoulders ground into the floor. We're going to walk the feet to the outer edges of the mat. So your foot is going to be right on the outer edge of the mat. Take a nice deep inhale, and we're going to drop the knees all the way over to the left. And then you're going to look over your right shoulder. Really feel the breath through that right side body. Beautiful. Let's inhale, bring the knees back to center. We're going to float them over to the right, drop them off onto the right, and we're going to gaze over the left shoulder. One more time, inhale them up, send them left, gaze off to the right. Inhale, back up to center. One more time, we're floating over to the right with the knees, and we're going to look right over that left shoulder. Beautiful. Bring the knees back to center. We're going to pick the feet up. We're going to cross the ankles. And I want you to place your hands on your knees with your ankles crossed in the air, and we're just going to rock up to a seat. I'm going to ground in here. So work your sit bones into the mat. We're going to place the hands on the knees. Shoulders are over the hips. Then your chin is parallel with the chest. Chin parallel with the floor. Take a nice deep inhale, close the eyes. And then just side out the mouth. One more time, let's inhale deep. Exhale, side out the mouth. Now we're going to inhale. We're going to place the left hand down onto the floor. We're going to inhale the right hand up into the air. We're just going to start to take that right hand over towards the left, maybe looking under that right arm. Then gaze down at that left knee. Then we're going to bring that right hand all the way down, place it on the floor. Left hand extended, and then just kind of looking down onto the floor. Nice side bend here. Inhale, float the right arm up. Set that right hand down onto the floor, and let's float the left up. Again, looking up underneath that left arm, take it wide. Down at the right knee, bring that left hand down. Twisty bend. Inhale it up. And take both arms up. And we're just going to nice and easy. We're going to take a nice forward fold. Maybe coming down onto the forearms. And just let the head hang down. Let the neck get long. Beautiful. Let's start to walk the hands back up. So we'll come back up to a seat. I'd like you to just take your chin and kind of draw it towards your chest. Breath here. And inhale, we're going to send the chin up towards the ceiling. Back down to center, and then we're just going to start to look over the right shoulder. Nice and slow, we're going to come back around to center, and then we're going to go all the way over to gazing off the left shoulder. Back to center. One more time, let's draw that chin to the chest. Inhale, start to look up, chin towards the ceiling. Back to center. One more time, looking over that right shoulder. Looking over the left. Back to center. Beautiful. So now we're going to start to come forward. We're going to come onto our hands and knees. So we're going to take a table here. Spread the fingers wide, and the wrists are under the shoulders. The knees are under the hips. We're going to do a couple cat and cow. So on the inhale, we're going to raise the tail. The belly gets soft. Head and shoulders come back. On the exhale, we're going to tuck the tail. We're going to draw the belly up towards the spine. And the head comes down. Inhale, lift the tail. Soften the belly. Bring the head back. Exhale, tuck. Tuck that tail. Draw that belly in the spine. And let the head flow through this really nice and easy with the rhythm of your breath. Close your eyes, take your time. A couple more rounds, and then we'll find our way back to a neutral table. So 2 more full cat and cows. Once we come back to the table, we're going to walk the hands just like a handprint in front of you. Inhale, we're going to bring the shoulders over the wrists. And then we're going to exhale, we're going to create a circle. So we're going to take the hips and just kind of swing them over the heels, all the way around. And then we're going to inhale, back up over, shoulders over the hips. And swing it back. Send the tail back, sweeping over the heels, bringing it back up. Exhale takes us down and around. Inhale brings us up. Do 2 more rounds in this direction. And after that second one, go ahead and switch the direction. And again, when possible, close the eyes when you're moving through here. Then really feel your way through. Find any sticky spots, areas barking back at you. Just kind of send the breath there and take it easy in those spots. Come back to a neutral table. We're going to bring the hands again back underneath the wrists. Spread the fingers wide. We're going to curl the toes. Take a nice deep inhale, and on the exhale, we're going to lift the tail. We're going to lift the hips up and back. We're going to take our first downward facing dog. So you can step the feet out a little wider if you want to take some of the strain off of your wrists. Maybe step the hands up a little further. And just start to move a little bit here. You can bend into the knees, maybe side to side on the balls of the feet. And take notice in the arms. Are you jumping to the right or to the left? Make sure you're being equal with the weight distribution through the arms. Find a moment of stillness here. And then we're just nice and easy. We're going to start to walk the feet up to meet the hands, but we're going to stay deep bending into the knees. So I want your chest to almost be sitting onto the top of your thighs. Maybe grab for opposite elbows. Let the head hang. Let the neck get long. We're going to release the hands and we're slowly going to roll up. As you come up, the arms are going to go out wide. They're going to come up over the head. Palms are going to face each other. We're going to bring them together. And we're going to drop them down the head. Really nice. Okay, let's do that again. We're going to inhale the arms out and up. Bring them, palms face each other. Draw them together. Exhale, bring it down to heart center. Bow the head. We'll take a breath here. So again, we're going to inhale the arms up. Exhale, we're going to hinge at the hips. We're going to come all the way down. Once you bring the hands down, we're going to walk those hands out. I'm going to step back again into downward facing dog. So we're going to lift that right foot up. So we're in a three-legged dog. We're going to bend into that right knee. And we're going to set that right foot on the outside of the left foot, on the outside of the left hand. And we're going to drop the right knee down. So we're going to, and then maybe just kind of heel toe that left foot in. We're going to bring the hands to the knees. We're going to take a warrior one on the knee here. So we're going to float the arms up overhead. Really nice. Then we're going to exhale. We're going to bring the hands down. We're just going to kind of bring the chest forward. Inhale. Float those arms back up again. Exhale. Take it down. One more time. Float them up. We're going to drop that left hand alongside the body. We're just going to take an easy bend with the right arm over towards the left. Back to center. We're going to place the hands back on the floor. Now we're going to curl the toes on the right foot and straighten the right leg. Keeping that right hand down, we're going to float the left arm up. So we're going to take a nice twist here. Really nice. Bring that left hand down. We'll drop down onto the right knee. And we're just going to kind of walk the hands back for a modification of a half split. So just a little bit, walk them back, maybe point the toes up on the left foot. Two breaths. Walk the hands back up. Bend into that left knee. Going to come up onto the toes of the right foot. And when you're ready, you're going to send that left foot back to meet the right. And we're back in downward facing dog. Pedal it out here. Maybe step the feet out a little wide. Step them back in. And again, we're going to lift that right foot up. Bend into that right knee and set that right foot just outside the right hand. Come down onto the left knee. And then we'll just kind of heel toe that right foot in. So now it's on the inside of the right hand. And again, we're going to go hands to knees. Float those arms up. This time we're going to do a little different. We're going to take the arms to goalposts. We're going to bend into the elbows. Nice deep inhale, exhale, bring them together. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, bring them in. Inhale, open them up. Exhale, bring them in. Nice. Plant the hand. Again, we'll come up onto the toes of that right foot, of the left foot. Float that left arm up, the right arm up. Here goes the right left out the window. Beautiful. Bring that right hand down, drop down on the left. And I know I forgot the bend. We're going to float the arms up. Drop the right hand down. Let the left come over to the right. Back to center. Hands plant. And we'll just start to walk those hands back, maybe coming up onto the heel of that right foot with the half split. Nice job. Start to walk it forward. Place the hand. Curl the toes. And come up. And this time we're going to step that left foot up to meet the right. We're going to take a nice forward fold here. So stay deep in the bend. Maybe walk those feet out a little bit wide. Grab for opposite elbows, and again, just hang here. Let gravity do a little bit of the work. So we're going to come halfway up. And I'd like you, so we're in a half bend here. We're going to leave the left hand down. We're going to bend into the left knee, and we're going to float the right arm right up. Gazing up. Bring the right hand down. Bend into that right knee, and we're going to float the left arm up. Bring that arm down. Bend one more time into the knees. Start to heel toe the feet in a little closer. They're just underneath your hips. And we're going to slowly, with a nice deep inhale, we're going to start to rise up. Arms again are going to come way overhead. Palms are going to come together. We're going to draw it down to heart center. Really, really nice. Okay, we'll do a couple of standing bends. So we'll shake out the arms. Everybody doing okay? Mm-hmm. All right, let's float the arms up. When you bring the hands together, we're going to clasp them. We're going to flip the palms up. Nice. You step the feet out just a little bit wider. Nice deep inhale. Let's take it over to the right. On the exhale. Beautiful. Inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale, take it over to the back to center. We're going to open the arms. We're going to take a nice back bend. Bring it back. Exhale, come all the way forward, forward fold. We're going to do a half lift. So we're going to come up, bringing maybe the hands to the shins. We're going to straighten the shoulders down the back, almost like it's a table, like you could set a tray on your back. Exhale, bend deep into the knees. Let the head hang, let the neck get long. Inhale one more time. We're going to straight back. So we're going to draw the shoulders down the back. Hands to the shins. Exhale, deep bend. Inhale, arms float way up overhead. Palms come together. Draw it down to head center. Nice. Really nice. So this is the part of the class that we do a balancing pose every week. Starting from 20, early age of 20, you start to lose your ability, your balance. It declines from there. So it's super important to strengthen the balance. So we're going to come into mountain pose. So feet are going to be hip distance apart. If you need to take a wall, I'm not going to do anything crazy today. Draw the shoulders, the hips, arms come alongside the body. And for right now, let's just take a couple breaths. The most challenging part of balancing is keeping the breath. We have a tendency when we get stressed or we're losing it, we lose our breath as well. We hold it. Fight or flight. You want to keep the breath strong. That's the most important part. So we're going to take a nice deep inhale. And we're going to shift the weight over to the left. So once you've shifted your weight to the left, we're going to soften that left knee so we're not locked in. Soften the left knee. We're going to start to lift up the right, parallel to the hip. Now, if you're looking, sometimes people find a little more balance if they bring the hands to heart center, if that works for you. Beautiful, really nice. Begin to, if you're good here, maybe start to that right hand inside that right knee, maybe open it up. Really, really nice. Engaging the core. See if you can take 5 breaths here. Like you can float that left arm up if you're feeling it. Sweet. After you hit that 5th breath, it's really important to kind of bring that knee in and nice and controlled, set that foot down. Sweet. Shake out the left. Nice job. Okay, let's go to the right. Same way. We're going to have hips, shoulders over the hips, feet are hip distance apart. Shift that weight to the right. Soften that right knee. Bring the hands to the hips or heart center. And when you're ready, we're just going to lift that left leg up. So you can kind of feel all these little muscles firing up, right? Once you start to balance on that foot, feel stable. Start to open that left knee up. Beautiful. Nice breath here. If you like, you can float that right arm up. 5 good breaths here. When you hit that 5th breath, nice and controlled, bringing that knee back in front. And slowly send it down. Nice job, guys. Good. Shake it out. All right. So we're going to take a child's pose because it's much deserved. We're going to float the arms up. We're going to hinge at the hips. We're going to come all the way down. Bring the hands down. Come down onto the knees. Have your big toes touch. Open your knees up wide. And take your hands for a walk up the front of your mat. And just go ahead and set your forehead down. And breathe. That breath strong again. Really send the breath through the back. You have the expansion of the ribs. Beautiful. Start to come back up. Back to table, and then we'll drop to either side, either the right side, either the left on the hip, and then we're going to bring the legs out in front. So we'll work on a little core. Feet are planted. So we're going to, what I like you to do is take your hands alongside the body and kind of press into the floor alongside you. It helps you to straighten the spine. Once the spine's been straightened, we're going to bring the hands behind the back of the thighs. We're just going to kind of rock back. Kind of engaging the core here. Take a boat pose, but we're going to do a supported boat pose. So for right now, we're going to keep the hands behind the thighs. Take a few deep breaths here. Now, if you're feeling it, you might want to float your arms up. Nice. Really nice. One more breath here. Nice and slow. Start to bring the hands back behind the thighs. Set the feet down. We're going to make a nice tight ball seated. And just set your forehead right on top of your knee. Come back out. We're going to do this one more time. So we're going to set the feet out, straighten the spine. And we'll build on this a little bit. So we're going to bring the hands behind the thighs and we're going to rock up. So this time we're going to bring the hands to heart center. Things are probably starting to shake now. Take a nice deep inhale, and on the exhale, we're just going to twist over to the left. Inhale, right center. Exhale, over to the right. Center, draw it all in nice and tight. Set the forehead left. Release. Now we're going to come all the way to lowering down onto our back. We're going to take pigeon on the back. So feet are planted onto the floor. We're going to bring the left ankle to the right knee. I'd like you to place your left hand just inside that left knee, and we're just going to apply a little bit of pressure just so you can start to feel that hip, that left hip begin to open up. A few breaths here. Now I'd like you to lift up that right leg. So and bring the hands, clasp hands behind that right thigh, keeping that right foot flexed. The left ankle is still at the right knee. Now you can stay here, or you can extend that right foot up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Bend back into that right knee. We're going to release the clasped hands from behind that right thigh. We're going to open our arms up to a T, and we're going to set that right foot all the way down onto the floor. And then we're going to take and we're going to drop that left foot over to the right. So we're going to, that left foot's going to touch over onto the floor on the right side. Bit of a twist here, and then we're going to look off the left shoulder. Close the eyes, deepen the breath. 4. Start to lift up that left leg, planting that right foot back onto the floor. And set the left foot down next to the right. I'm going to bring the right ankle to the left knee. And again, we're going to place that right hand just inside that right knee, just applying a little bit of pressure. You don't want to yank or pull, but just some pressure. Just start to feel that hip open up. Deepen the breath. Nice. And then again, we're going to lift up that left foot, bringing the clasp hands behind that left thigh. Still trying to keep that right knee open, that right hip open. And then we're going to send the left foot up towards the ceiling, flexing it like you're standing on the ceiling. Nice deep breaths. Start to bend back into that knee. Release the clasp hands from behind that left thigh. We're going to again open the arms up to a T, and we're going to set that left foot down. And then we're going to let that right foot drop over to the left. So when that right foot's dropping over to the left, you're on the left hip as well. And then again, the gaze is going to come off that right shoulder. Raise that foot back up and bring the knees into the chest. And we're just going to rock back up to the seat. We're going to extend the legs out long in front of us. Again, kind of pressing in through on the sides, kind of straightening the spine, flexing the feet, really nice. We're going to bend into that left knee, bring that left foot right in, hanging onto that left knee, sitting up straight. Take a nice deep inhale, and then we're just going to drop that left hand behind the left hip. We're just going to begin to twist over to the left. Now you can stay like this, or you can tuck that right arm inside on the outer side of that left leg. And just with your exhale, see if you can just a little micro twist deeper and also softening at the same time. You know, we don't want a lot of rigidity here. We just want to be nice and soft. Nice. You have that arm outside the leg, bring it back here. Come back to center. We're going to extend the right leg out. We're going to bring the left leg out. We're going to bring the right leg in. Same thing. We're going to sit up straight. Drop that right hand behind the right hip and just, the exhale, start to twist over to the right. Once you get to where you want to be, if you like, you can drop that left arm right outside that right leg. Again, softening. Twisting maybe a little deeper. Come back to center. We're going to extend the leg, the right leg out long, and then we're going to put a nice bend into the knees. So we're not real straight here, pressing into the back and forth. Nice soft bend. We're going to inhale. We're going to float the arms out. Exhale. We're just going to drape over the top of the legs. Hands can come to the feet, top of the feet, ankles, shins, knees, whatever available. Just relax with each breath. Just kind of soften down and into this. Beautiful. Slowly start to roll up. Now, keeping the feet flexed, we're going to open them up to a V here. Do a couple of more forward seated forward folds. We're going to open, inhale the arms up. We're going to twist over to the left. And nice and easy, you're just going to drape over that left leg. But I want you to gaze at that left toe. Keep the look at the left toe. It kind of protects the low back. Keep the breath nice and long here. Beautiful. Slowly begin to inhale. We're going to rise back up and float the arms again overhead. And then we're going to twist over to the right. And again, draping right over that right leg, looking right at that big toe. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together. Maybe placing the elbows inside the knees to kind of give you a little more leverage here. Maybe open up a little bit. We don't want to push or cause any pain, but just to open a little more. Maybe massaging the inside of the arch of the foot. Take a nice deep inhale. We're just going to kind of walk the hands out in front. Just a nice curve in the spine and just let the head come down. Beautiful. Inhale back up. So this time we're going to come up, we're going to swing over, and we're going to come down onto the belly. So we're going to come up, pull over to one side, and lower all the way down. Now I want you to kind of bend into the elbows and stack the palms on top of each other. Just kind of rest your forehead down on top of your hands. And kind of press into the top of your feet. Just pressing into the top of the feet. So we're kind of active through the legs here. Go ahead and relax that. And now we're going to rise up. So we're going to bring the elbows underneath the shoulders. And spread the fingers wide. We take a Sphinx pose. So draw that in, lifting the head, maybe closing the eyes, pressing to the tops of the feet. If you're really feeling this through the low back, go easy on the feet. Nice deep breath. Drop the chin to the chest. And maybe just creating a smiley face across the chest. So just kind of going right to left. Back to center. Start to bend into the knees. We're going to bring the hands underneath the shoulders. We're going to come all the way up onto the knees. And again, let's just connect back to the breath. Maybe placing our palms on top of the thighs. Shoulders are over the hips. Now we're going to stand up on the knees. So we're going to come up onto the knees. Take a couple of back bends here. So we're going to inhale, we're going to float the arms up. I'm going to give you a couple options here. You can keep the feet flat to the floor, or you can come up onto your toes to kind of shorten the distance. Take a nice deep inhale. We're going to start to twist over to the right and drop that right hand right onto that right hip. Looking over that right shoulder. Inhale, send it back up. Exhale, let's start to twist over to the left. We're going to drop the left hand over onto the left hip. Inhale, set it up. Open the arms up wide, take a little bit of a back bend. We're going to exhale, we're going to come down. We're going to keep bringing the knees in tight together, coming into a closed leg child's pose. So we're going to come all the way down. Forehead comes down onto the mat. Arms are going to wrap around the side of the body. A few breaths here. Beautiful. We'll rise up. And then once we come up, we're going to send the legs back. We're going to come all the way down onto the belly again. Got you up and down, back and forth. And this time, you're going to open the arms to goalposts. So you're going to bend into the elbows. Go ahead and rest your cheek to the right or the left. And what I'd like you to do is to kind of extend that left leg out, bend into the knee, kind of flexing that left foot, starting to kind of draw it up to your elbow. Not all the way up to the elbow, but just sort into that direction. And just kind of hold right there. You want that left hip to still be grounded, still touching the mat. So if it's popped up too much, go ahead and send that knee down a little. Beautiful. Straighten the leg back behind. Maybe switch your cheek to the opposite side. And then begin to bend into that right knee. So send that right leg out, the bend in it. Still keeping that right hip planted in. Beautiful. Extend that leg again back behind. We'll bring the elbows underneath. And again, we're going to push back up. Dropping onto the hip. Feet around. And I'm going to take it all the way back down. So again, doing full circle. You're going to engage the core to lower down if you like. You're going to draw the knees into the chest. We're going to grab for the outer edges of the feet, drawing the knees in towards the armpit, like a happy baby. Now, got a couple options here. You can stay just like this, or you can do a little side-to-side rocking and massaging the sacrum. You can go straighten one leg, bring it in, straighten the other. And mix it up, a little side to side, and then straightening the leg. Back to center. Again, we're going to open the arms up to a T. The knees are in the chest. We're going to drop the knees over to the left side, coming up onto that left hip. So the knees are dropped over to the left. You're up on the left hip. And we're going to gaze off that right shoulder. Spine twist. Still keeping the breath long. The body kind of knows when the hour is coming to an end. It starts kind of racing. Let's get the Shavasana. Bring the knees back up to center. I will float them over to the right. So we're dropping the knees over to the right, coming up onto the right hip. Switching that gaze over the left shoulder. Close the eyes. Really feel the breath moving through the body. Watching where your thoughts are headed as we're slowing it down. Careful not to pick up what you're going to do when this all ends. Let's stay in this present moment. Beautiful. Bring the knees back up. Bring them into your chest. Wrap your arms around. And just kind of bring your forehead up to your knees. We're making a nice tight ball here. Release your head back. Hanging onto your left knee, I'd like you to extend your right leg out long. You're going to let that left foot drop off to the side. We're going to extend the right leg out long. That right leg drop off. Arms are going to come alongside the body. And you take a nice deep breath. Hold at the top. I'm going to sigh out the mouth. There you go. That's nice. One more time. Nice, deep, full inhale. Hold at the top. Very nice. Holy grail of yoga poses, Shavasana. Normally, during Shavasana, I come around and we do kind of an energy exchange. So obviously, because this is not possible today, I still wanted to be able to share some kind of an exchange with you all. So I will be doing it through sound. I'm going to use a Tibetan singing bowl through the Shavasana to send my love and energy out to all of you. Start to find some movement in your fingers and wrists. Maybe drawing your thumb across your fingertip, back and forth. Making a fist, releasing. Start to point and flex the toes, and waking up the body. Take a nice deep inhale, bring the legs together, float the arms overhead like you're taking a nice deep, like that first early morning stretch. Stretch it out long. And then draw the knees into the chest. One last final time. And go ahead and drop off to your favorite side. So we'll hold in this little fetal position for a moment or two. Take in the final moments of peace and quiet. When you're ready, you can push up to a comfortable seat. My doorbell. Sorry. No worries. So we're going to bring the hands to Heart Center, and we close every class. I leave you with a little something. So today's something I thought was perfect from Gilda Radner. Life is about not knowing, having to change, taking the moment, and making the best of it without knowing what's going to happen next. It's kind of what's going on right now. So the sun is out, step outside, taking a nice deep breath. Enjoy your day. As you travel on your path, I hope it's one of least resistance. You have many moments of peace, love, and joy. Namaste. Namaste. Thank God.
Thank you.